Now, the frequency, duration and intensity of extreme thermal events are increasing and are projected to further increase by the end of the century. According to a study published in the journal Nature, over 40% of all land vertebrates will be exposed to extreme heat events before the end of the century if the current fossil fuel trends continue without interventions. Under the shared socio-economic pathways, the scenario of the continued rise in temperatures following the current emission trends, the world is likely to be at least 4.4 degrees Celsius warmer than the pre-industrial period by the year 2099. Central India, among other places, will be at a considerable risk under this particular scenario. Defining extreme heat as a period of time that has been significantly exceeding, scientists in their study divided the exposure into three different global warming pathways that are high global warming, intermediate global warming, and low global warming. Under a high global warming scenario, the study found out that more than 3,000 land animal species, that is 11% of all species, will experience extreme heat for more than 6 months out of the year. Further expanding on how each animal group will be affected, the study showed that over 55.5% of amphibians and 51% of reptiles will be affected the most. Under the intermediate global warming scenario, if the global temperatures rise up to 3.6 degrees Celsius, approximately 28.8% of land animals will face extreme heat, which is way beyond anything they have historically experienced. Animals residing in deserts, shrublands and grasslands will be the most affected due to these extreme temperature shifts. Now, considering a final scenario of low global warming, if the temperature goes up 1.8 degrees Celsius, which is in alignment with the Paris Climate Agreement of limiting warming below 2 degrees Celsius, researchers in their study said that under this low warming scenario, only 6% of land vertebrates will endure extreme heat events. The findings fill a large gap in understanding which species and which locations are most prone to the consequences of extreme temperatures on biological systems and warn of the substantial threats to future biodiversity around the world. Now, apart from animals, extreme heat can also turn fatal for human beings. Under heat stress, the human body loses its ability to cool down properly through sweating, which in turn leads to a rapid rise in temperature within the body and can harm the brain and organs. This in turn can result in heat exhaustion, heat stroke, and even death. Hence, in their study, researchers have stressed on the urgency of reducing greenhouse gas emissions to preserve the biodiversity. WION, now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.